Luke 4, verse 35. And Jesus rebuked him, saying, Hold thy peace and come out of him. And when the devil had thrown him in the midst, he came out of him and hurt him not. See, with Jesus, the evil things that you will want to do in your life, they will drop out of your life. An example, when I started reading the Bible more, started praying more, rap music and music talking about killing other people and gangs naturally just seemed not inviting to me. I didn't want to watch that anymore or listen to it. And I wanted to listen to more gospel music or just music that didn't have that type of negativity in it. And that's when it means when he says, and when the devil had thrown him in the midst, he came out. And what is replaced is more of a purpose with God. When the evil spirits come out, it leaves an empty vessel for your body that God can then fill with his Holy Spirit. And as God talks about in Genesis, we are made in his image. And when Jesus came to the earth, and when he died and got resurrected and went back up to heaven, he left the Holy Spirit within us. The thing that everyone says, yes, just follow that gut feeling, follow the intuition you have. That is the Holy Spirit within you, because we are made in God's image, and therefore we get information from him. We know what to do. We just have to pay attention to our feelings. Something that was really amazing as well. Luke chapter 15, verse 20, one of the most important Bible verses. So first, for context, this is the prodigal son story, where the dad gives the son money and he goes off on his own, and the father just has to let his son go off on his own, because you're not a slave when you're in God's kingdom. You get to choose to be in his kingdom. And so here, the son wants to come back to his father, because it says in verse 17, and when he came to himself, so he's out, but he is hungry. And so he realizes his father's kingdom, if he was just a servant there, his life would be better than being free. And so he says, and when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger, being on my own? And he's saying to himself in his head, I will arise and go to my father, and I will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and I am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me one of thy hired servants. But even before he can say a word to his father, when he goes back home, his father sees him from a far distance. And here in verse 20, he says, and he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, he didn't even get to his father, didn't even say the thing he wanted to say. His father saw him, and he had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. What this is saying in your life is that all you need to do to be in Jesus' kingdom, to get his love, his compassion, his guidance, is to just tell yourself and to believe that I want to be with God. I want God's guidance. You don't have to do anything extravagant. You just have to say and believe, I want to be with God. And God will find you where you're at.